Hey guys, today I am going to show you why sometimes the best play is not always the right play, and this is just a pub lesson that we all have to learn probably multiple times, so that's loud. Sorry. So my team takes his Roshan here, and at this phase in the game, we're at 32 minutes, we felt like we were pretty far ahead. Like, even though they have a gold lead, they have this Alchemist, but you can see our lead is basically just as far as the Alch. Our mid-tiny was struggling a little bit. I don't know. We just got this Roshan. We felt like we were pretty ahead. Like, I'm a DP with ulti. We were strong. We had all of our items and whatnot. So we can like march down mid. And we took this Roshan, and our lanes weren't that good. So Lina TP'd mid to fix that lane. And I TP'd bottom on the DP. And I'm a very important hero for our team, right? I got Exo up, whatever. I TP'd bottom right here. Wait for it. Wait for it. I TP'd bottom. And you can see the line I drew on the map. I said, I'm going to push down bottom. And then I drew another line. You guys cut through their jungle, and then we'll meet back up, and we'll go bottom. Now, since I'm making a video on this, as you might be able to tell, my team does not do this. My team walks down mid, and I'm showing, right? The enemy team knows I'm here. My team, my Lina walks down mid, and they go on her. And they go on my whole team. And my Lina loses her Aegis. And then they all die. Oracle dies. They catch the Tiny. They get the Techies. And then look, the way Lina who TP'd out walked back in and died. Yeah, I could have walked there sooner. But I was like bottom. I was like not really going to be there with any amount of time to help. I did my TP up. So basically the lesson that you need to learn here is, was it objectively correct in a coordinated environment to like take it a little slower and push out bottom first, and while like my team like pushes in mid and then like sweeps through their jungle and like reconnects with me? Like, yeah, I think that would be objectively the correct play. But your team is not always going to be ready to do the objectively correct play. This is a high 6K MMR game, and you know my team's just not doing it right. Like, if this was like an 8K game, I'm pretty sure my team would have just done what I suggested. And it's like, I want to be a higher MMR player, right? It's like, well, if higher MMR players do this, shouldn't I do it? And this is a case where the answer is like kind of no. Like, you can't make these TPs away from your team if you can't count on them to react in the correct way. So I should have just stayed with my team. I think that's the only other reasonable way to think about it. I mean, you could argue my team should have just been smarter, because like they should have realized I TP'd away. But you know, they're just not always gonna do that. So I think this TP was a little sketch for me, even though I think it was also correct. And this is a lesson that I'm gonna share with you guys, because you might do the same thing. And honestly, when I coach like Crusader players, they make these TPs sometimes, and I'm like, well, you know, you're in low MMR. It's probably better to just stay with your team. And this is it happening to me at 6.5k MMR. So, you know, I gotta tell myself, dude, you're only like 6k MMR. You gotta stay with your team. They're not always gonna do what you think they should do. Because that's exactly what happened in this game. We actually did come back and win this game, but this is 32 minutes. So you can see we went from like, basically the Dota thought it was pretty even, to like them being firmly in the lead for like the solid next like 8-10 minutes of this game. And then we did come back and win it right at the end. They're like, we got them to like buy back, and then they like died. So we were able to end the game. But basically it was luck. We should have lost this game after this play and my whole team dying here. So take this lesson to heart. Honestly, I don't know at what point you do make this TB versus don't. Maybe if you just have a really good sense that your team's like playing coordinated and people are talking right and you're like communicating with your team. Because this game, like, I'm not like flaming or anything, but like I don't think my whole team like spoke English. Like, we weren't like talking as the game was going. It was mostly just playing. So in those circumstances, it's probably better to like play towards them not necessarily doing what you tell them to do, versus if you're like in a pretty coordinated environment for whatever reason, even if it's just luck of the draw and teammates, then this is the type of time when you could make this DP trust your team to like not just walk it down mid while you're not there. So hope you got a lot of that video. I think I learned my lesson from this, making a video on it now. Hopefully I will stay with my team more in the future when they are liable to just feed the whole game away if you don't. So catch you in the next one. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, sub to the channel. And if you want to be coached by me, check the link in the video description. You can join my Discord there, and there's all the information there on how to sign up.